Hello, sports fans. Welcome to VIP Sportsnet with Jim Spruill and Michael Dugan. Today we're talking about the Week 2 NFL schedule. First off the bat, we got 12 o'clock games. We're going to start off with the Cardinals traveling down to play the Baltimore Ravens. Any doubt on who you're going to pick on this one, Michael?
You know, I'm going to say the Ravens. I don't think Week 1 was a fluke for Jackson.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
No.
Who did?
No. I hope the game is competitive. I know the Cardinals want to come off of having a tie against the Lions from last week, but just really depends on how what quarterback comes for Arizona. The first half, Murray, or the second half.
Kingsbury said right off the bat that he was trying to be cute and say, hey, here comes the air raid. And he stuck to that a little too long where he said he should have just been, hey, let's get first downs. And once they went to that, they started moving the ball a little easier. And, what I'm worried about on this, if I'm a Cardinals fan, I'm just worried about if the offensive line can protect Kyler against that defense because, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
that offensive line's pretty bad.
Who you have in that game? Who you pick?
Ravens, of course. I love, my Oklahoma players, but man, he's just.
Do you think it's going to be a one-sided game, or do you think it's going to be somewhat close? Or
no, I don't. No, because it's a road game. I don't see the Cardinals being able to keep up with these guys at all. And it's going to be fun to watch to see if Lamar tries to be a pocket passer again, and stay in the pocket and just try to, beat these boys from the pocket like he did last week without having to jump out there and be a running quarterback. I think the Cardinals will be a little more formidable than the Dolphins were, but I certainly don't look for them to score 50 points again. Do you?
No, I say to be more of probably a 34-17 game, maybe. Possibly. That's just my prediction. But the Ravens, hopefully come out of there 2-0. But you never know.
Hopefully, no. I'm hoping for Cardinals myself. But it's.
So what other game?
Well, the next one, we got the Chargers traveling to Detroit to play the Lions. You got the Lions coming off the tie with the Cardinals from last week, and the Chargers won their game. And I'll still say that I think the Chargers have the best personnel, top to bottom, of any team in the league.
The Chargers do look very dominant. Winning their game. Phil Rivers on fire. The thing is, I don't see much coming from the Lions. We said this during our show. This year, having to lose in a tie, that can't be good for either one for throughout the week. I'm saying Chargers by 10.
Yep. Well, and that would probably be a smart pick, but they are playing in Detroit, and with the gifts that Matt Stafford has in that right arm, if he gets hot, this guy, he can put up some points on pretty much anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know about they have enough offense to get in a shooting match with them. Maybe not. Don't know if they have the defense. Matt Patricia, he's built his whole resume on being a defensive genius. Chargers may have a little trouble running the ball, because like I said, they got Snacks Harrison in there as their one technique. So, but if they get in a scoring match, I'd hate to be against Phillip Rivers and those guys.
Right.
But you do have a West Coast team coming east, and that's usually kind of hard.
And that's early too. To them, they're going to be about 3-hour difference at the normal.
Yeah, because that's a noon kickoff. So that's them boys.
Be 9 a.m. in their time.
Yeah, their bodies would be 9 a.m. So, could be an upset here. Like I said, especially when you're talking about an arm talent like Matthew Stafford, you could be, could have a long day there. But I think it's going to be an entertaining game. We'll see.
So what other games? So we got the Colts traveling to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee 1-0. The Colts, they 0-1.
Right.
Y'all gotta kind of root possibly for for Tennessee.
I'm gonna take Colts.
Now,
I think that was a fluke last week with the Titans.
Okay, explain.
I just don't think they're that good. I don't think Mariota could put two good games like that back to back. But by no means am I a Jacoby Brissett fan either. There's a reason he was so easily available to trade. So the Patriots got rid of him pretty quick. After only 1 year, but. But I think the rest of the team, I think they go out there and run the ball because I think their offensive line can inflict their will on the Titans' defensive line. That's just me. I'm not pointing to any stats or anything. I'm just looking at the talent assembled on that offensive line, and I think they could go out there and belabor them boys.
Okay.
What are you thinking on the Titans side?
I'm still kind of on the fence about Tennessee. The reason I'm saying the Colts is, they lost Andrew Luck, and I know, and that's no matter he left during the third game of the preseason or whatever, but that quarterback, they're always behind that Andrew Luck. And
it could have galvanized the team.
Yeah, and it's kind of. And for Tennessee to come, they did really well. I'm not saying that Tennessee's going to win the Super Bowl or make it to the playoffs. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that I like my odds if I was putting, if I was going to pick one or the other, I'm picking Tennessee at home. You got the crowd. You have a good running game from last week. And, a quarterback. Hopefully the quarterback from week 1 comes in week 2 to help you out. So that is why I'm going with Tennessee.
Okay. Well, the next game up, we have the 49ers traveling to play the Cincinnati Bengals. This one's going to be a fun one to watch as well.
Yep.
They played Seattle tough. Who saw that one coming?
I didn't. That was a very dominant, close game. What did you think of the game?
Didn't get to watch it, but I'm.
So what else are you thinking?
Well, the Bengals come out there, after finally getting rid of
Marvin Lewis
after all these years of nothing. They come out and they showed some new life, just a new offense, They hung tough. It was like it was a new identity, a desire. Instead of sitting there listening to the same old voice all the time, and probably hearing the same motivational speeches over and over,
year in year out.
Yeah, for some of the veterans. So
but that division is not easy to play in either. But
no, but you know what? As much as I like what the Bengals did, I'm still going to pick the 49ers over them. I think the defensive talent for the Niners, I think the Niners can
overcut to pull it out. Once again, that's another early game. That's a 12 o'clock. There was actually a lot of 12 o'clock games this week.
Like 10 of them, right?
Yeah. So that's going to be kind of interesting on the viewership for the 3:30 games for our time.
Yep, 10 noon kickoffs.
So I'm saying the 49ers to go 2-0 on the road in Cincinnati. That's what I gotta say.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think it's time to see him put up. Quit teasing people with his talent. His what he can do. Let's see him put together some stretch of games where he's dialed in and see if he's for real, if he's worthy of that contract they gave him.
Granted, he was out from week 3 He didn't play much in the preseason, but he did good. I mean,
well, yeah, they were trying to protect
plus
him.
Richard Sherman. I mean, who thought what he did during that last week's game? That was,
Yeah, I thought he was done, man. I thought, man, you can't come back from 2 Achilles, but what he did on the kid from Tampa last week. Good gosh, man, just shut that kid down. What, 2 catches, 28 yards?
You're right.
What was the kid? Mike Evans. I mean, he was all over him, man. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a rebirth. New environment for him. I mean, coming off of injury, for him to be there, he gives the defense a good. Makes the quarterback look twice before you throw the ball to him now.
Yeah, and you just wondered if Andy Dalton will challenge him. If they'll actually just go after him. So. I wouldn't be afraid to go after him. I would make Richard Sherman prove to me 2 games in a row that he can do it.
Okay, so if he can, you'll be on the Richard Sherman bandwagon.
No, never. But no, I don't like him. He's boorish. But our next game looks like we got the Jags going to play the Texans. Now this one, neither team had the start that they wanted.
Nick Foles getting out to week 11.
Yeah.
That can kind of take the joy out of your season right there. But the backup didn't do bad for him,
No.
But the Texans are looking to bounce back from a heartbreaking Monday night game loss to the Saints. To lose by 3 points with no time left. And I was watching that team, and they really could have gone it. And they just had some defensive lineup issues. I think Drew Brees saw it, burned them on back-to-back plays that led to the field goal that got them to win, had the Texans lose. But, I was at home, and I'm saying the Texans. Who are you saying?
Jags. And I'm probably going to regret this, with Gardner Minshew being the quarterback and stuff, but I just still look over there and see all that talent on that Jags defense, and I see how bad that Texans offensive line is, and I'm like, this could get ugly, but, you're going to have Ramsey trying to cover Hopkins. You've got Calais Campbell, on the inside of that defense. He's probably not going to get to play in much, and exploit Tunzel and some of those guys. Then you got Watt, J.J. Watt on the other side. So you got some monster defensive linemen in this game. And, you look at the weapons that Houston has a ton of weapons in their arsenal. Watson, he can put some pressure on a defense. With his ability to run and scramble. But also when you're running and scrambling with these guys, there's some guys on that Jacksonville defense that'll decleat you. So I wouldn't want my quarterback running against these guys, but I'm afraid he may be running for his life a little bit because I think the Jags are going to come in, even though it's a road game. I think they can come in there and get after them. I think they can exploit Houston's offensive line, the lack of talent they have there. They've put a lot of resources there. Some first round pick, traded to get Tunzel, and I think he was exposed, man. Maybe the technique or whatever they were doing, but he got exposed.
And the thing with the Texans is they're coming from a short week, and that loss is eating them in their stomach about how they could have, should have, would have. But I think they're going to come out more focused, more driven, and I almost want to say this is going to probably be a high scoring game.
You think so?
I'm saying, I'm 42-ish.
What do you think? You think this running back, you think he's going to be able to get 100 yards on this Jags defense?
Yes.
Really?
I think he's on buck 25.
Wow, man.
And I'm going off of just guessing.
Yeah, you're just guessing that Johnson can do that, huh?
Yes.
I just don't think so. Maybe I'm still seeing the Jags defense of 2 years ago fully healthy instead of maybe the Jags what they are right now. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna roll with the Jags.